rhino can weigh about 3,000 pounds. Their hide is 1 inch thick, and they can charge up to 35 miles per hour, which makes them almost indestructible. And I think I see one. Look straight back against the wall. It's blending in very well, but you see its ear moving around a little bit? It was moving, but see it? Straight back against the wall. Unfortunately, there are less than 5,000 black rhino left in all of Africa. We're seeing fewer and fewer of them, which is really such a shame. Some pretty cool birds down here on the left. These are yellow-billed storks right next to us. They're carnivorous. They eat things like frogs, fish, snakes, and even smaller birds. Yellow-billed storks. Oh, I see some other animals over here on the right. Yep, they're right up on the hill. They're called bongo. We also like to call the bongo the ghost of the forest because they're rarely seen. So it's a pretty good view of these animals. Notice how their horns lean backwards. Well, that helps them move. Yep, 2 of them there. Hippos are among the largest animals in Africa. At birth, the calf can weigh about 85 pounds, but by the time they're fully grown, the males might tip the scales at 5,000 pounds. Oh, and there's some more on the left too. You can see a bunch of them there behind the island. See all their backs, some of their heads sticking out? And the big white birds here in the water feeding as well as on the islands are called pink-backed pelicans. They gather in large colonies like this to use these really neat hunting tactics. We'll be able to make a stop right over here so we can get some photos of these hippos sleeping down there in the water.
See the hippo under the water?
There's a bird on one of their backs.
And look, it's feeding them, look. It's feeding their fish.
We see hippos most active at night. That's when they come out on the bank to graze. They use their tough broad lips to pull up and eat as much as 150 pounds of grass at night. And hippos can stay completely submerged underwater for about 5 to 8 minutes at a time. They do that to sleep or to keep from overheating. Now, as we cross this rickety old bridge that we're coming up to, remember to stay seated for me, okay? But get ready. As we cross, if you look down on your left, you should see a bunch of crocodiles. Whoa, kind of scary. Now, just remember to stay seated for me, okay? Oh, you gotta stay completely seated before I can cross. Oh no, gotta stay seated, everybody. They're crocodiles. You don't understand? There you go, thank you. These crocodiles are much larger and much more aggressive than the American alligator. They have about 1,200 pounds per square inch of crushing force between their jaws, and they reach about 8 to 12 feet long. And they always really look hungry to me, so I think it's time to get out of here now. Yup, crazy crocodiles, they look crazy. Going leafless 9 months out of the year. They live to be about 1 to 2,000 years old, really old trees. And there are a bunch of them here on the reserve we're gonna see. Oh wow, check out this view. It's one of my favorites. The Serengeti grassland stretches for hundreds of miles across East Africa. It's the superhighway for millions of migrating animals each year and home to some of our most famous animals, like the giraffe or the elephants. And it's the wild Africa we're all working really, really hard to conserve. So keep those cameras ready, just in case something pops up around us out here. I find something cool. The giraffe that's underneath the palm trees there on the right, there's a couple of them actually, those are reticulated giraffe, one of 2 species on the reserve. 18 to 20 feet tall, and they have a net or web-like pattern on their coat. These other giraffe, though, are called Maasai, 14 to 16 feet tall, and the pattern on their coat is darker in color and splotchier. I can't actually make a complete stop for these giraffe. They're a little too close, but I'll try and go by as slowly as I can. Yeah, these are Maasai. There are a couple more here on the left underneath the palm trees that we can stop for.
Take a picture of those then. You taking the picture?
Giraffe only need 30 minutes of sleep a day to be fully active. Isn't that crazy? Only 30 minutes of sleep. And there are the Ankole cow. Whoa, yep, babies. Mandrills are the largest monkeys in Africa. The adult males reach about 100 pounds. You may have seen, but they've got these really pretty blue and red markings on their faces too. Really pretty colors. I was thinking of you the mandrels. Oh, we just picked up the Harambe radio station. Let me see if I can find some music for us. That'd be nice. Get some music going out here. There we go. I really like this song too. Oh, there's an elephant out there on the right, everybody. And I wonder what's around this corner here. Let's see. Oh, we gotta cross another bridge. All right, let me turn this music off. And remember to stay seated, especially because this bridge looks really rickety and is held together by wires. Wonderful. I'm sure we'll be all right so long as we go slowly, but maybe just in case you'll want to cross your fingers because you never know what could happen. And I don't like the sound of this at all. This is not okay. If we make it, we'll be in elephant country, so hopefully we'll catch up with the rest of the herd, maybe even find some baby elephants. We're doing okay so far. Oh, yep, we're gonna make it. Great, time to get out of here now. These bridges are making me really nervous too. Let's go find those elephants. Woo! You had your fingers crossed, right? No? May have to bring you back to those crocodiles and drop you off then. No, not really. But I think some elephants have been through this area because you can see Tuscan footprints in this red clay. Elephants sometimes eat the clay to get beneficial minerals they don't get from their regular diets. See the tusk marks on the right, footprints on our left. We could be getting closer. Oh, I think I see some out there too. Yep. Oh yeah, here's some really close. Both the male and female African elephants have ivory tusks, which makes them a little bit harder to tell apart, but also makes them susceptible to poaching. Unfortunately, we still have problems with poachers sneaking into the reserve and killing the elephants for their tusks. May seem a little bit better here in a second. The more we can learn about these wild animals, the better able we are to protect them. So here in Harambe, scientists are studying elephant vocal communication so we can better understand how they interact and what they need to survive. Let me pull up and I'll try and find a place to stop so we can get some good photos of the baby elephant over here. See him just a little bit over the grasses there. Let's see, right over here I think might be a good spot. At least a little better. Yep. And there's a flock of flamingos visiting this watering hole. These are called greater flamingo. They're the lightest pink of all flamingo species. Their distinctive color comes from their diet. They eat primarily brine, shrimp, and other water creatures high in keratin. That's the stuff that turns their feathers pink. The rest of the birds in here, like the ibis, the smaller white birds with the orange bill, the ducks, or the buzzards you may have seen, well, those birds came all the way from Florida. Can you believe that? What a long flight that must have been, huh? And it's true, so don't look at me like that. They came such a long way to see you. You gotta appreciate it. All right, fine, whatever. Now we're crossing over into rhino country, and yeah, look at these white rhino over here. There's a baby one up ahead, too. Oh my goodness. About yeah. Oh, and then the mother stepped in. A rhino love the mud. Sometimes they'll hang out in mud wallows like the one here on the left. They'll roll around in there and get covered in it because it protects their skin and keeps them cool. They look a little orange. There's a really big ridge up ahead here. You should find something on this ridge. Oh, I see some cheetahs. If you look straight back on the hill, way back there behind all the trees, there are a few of them laying down up there. Look all the way back to the big hill back there, and you should see them here to the right-hand side. Yeah, they are blending in really well. But if you look past the trees, all the way to the back of the hill there, not in the grass, but behind the grass, and then they're laying across up there. Yeah, very hard. Addax. They're desert antelope that can live without drinking any water because they get it from the food they eat. Yep, unfortunately there are less than 500 left. They're popular to poachers because of their beautiful squiggly horns. You're right, there are ostriches on the right too. And we'll probably see them even better from the other side of the rocks. Don't worry if you can't get a photo of them just yet, because we'll see them again. Lions are usually inactive for 18 to 20 hours of the day. They spend most of their day sleeping and then hunt at night, so it's no surprise to see her up there sleeping. Keep an eye out for the male. He might also be up there. And there are some other animals here too. They're called scimitar horned oryx. Their horns look a lot like the scimitar sword that's common in the Middle East. And you can see the paw of the male lion leaning up against the rock. Can you see that?
Let's see his paw. Look at the top, look at the grass, there's his paw.
Yeah, he's right up there in the rocks with his paw. There are also some like holes or what looks like burrows over here in the ground. Let's see if we can find something in one of these burrows. Oh, and if you look down in the hole here towards the front of the truck, you should see that warthog. Can you see him in there? Oh, you saw something else? Okay, yeah, oh, I see it too. Yep. Warthogs are the largest burrowing mammals here in Africa. We'll see them in their burrows just like that, with their razor-sharp tusks exposed outward for protection from predators. You're right. Ostriches have wings but can't fly, but with their really long legs, they can run up to 40 miles per hour. The rhino. And again, the bontebok here on the left. And we're headed back into the forest. We may find even more animals. It could be difficult. So if you see anything, let me know.